Yo, what is up, everybody? We're back. We're back live. Episode number 9, all right? Oh, I'm excited for this one, man. I know nobody watches, all right? But normally I have these on Sundays, but I'm decided have this one on a Saturday because tomorrow I'm having a special stream, okay? Oh, sorry. I'm having a special stream, okay? Tomorrow, Bad Empanada, he's over, okay? It's over for him. I'm gonna be completely destroying him in every sense of the word. All right. Oh yeah, tomorrow will be fun. You'll wanna if you enjoy this, you'll definitely wanna tune in tomorrow. Anyways, we have a pretty loaded docket. All right. Now the first story we're gonna cover is StoneToss versus Jayln. All right. Now, if you didn't know, Jayln, or as they are known on YouTube as JiDion, created this video, The Problem with StoneToss, alright? Now, within this video, she alleges that StoneToss is lots of things, mostly anti-Semitic, if I'm recalling correctly. And, no, yeah, and then the problem is, she's talked about, and made multiple jokes about gassing Jews on multiple occasions, alright? And, it, it's not a good look. I figured let's just go through this video first off. Yeah.
So, there's been a lot of drama surrounding the Twitter artist StoneToss, with a lot of people condemning those who have supported him, or those who have been a part of his NFT collection, with one of those people being Ricky Berwick, which, if you know,
By the way, if you're so stupid that you do guilt by association and you think that like dude, you think Ricky Berwick co-signed everything StoneToss ever said because he did an NFT with him? You're actually stupid and you need to log off, okay? Like, it's not that serious. He just did an NFT collab with him, okay? Like, please shut the fuck up.
anything about Ricky Berwick, he's
By the way, Ricky Berwick was fucking awesome. If you aren't, if you aren't following Ricky Berwick on Twitter, you need to do that shit right now. He's amazing.
a pretty edgy guy. He likes making jokes. That's kind of his thing. I mean, it's not like there's much else for him to do. So,
See, like, that's kind of fucked up thing to say, right? It's like, there's not much else he can do because he's crippled. Wow.
I don't really like people painting him as some sort of bad guy when he's just not really politically knowledgeable. He just likes making jokes. I mean, the worst crime that Ricky Berwick has committed here is buying an NFT.
True. So based.
That's horrible. I can't believe he would do that. Honestly, he would probably be canceled for that. That's
So
what
true,
people should
so
be
true.
mad at. Like, what is wrong with you? Imagine being a part of an NFT project. Anyway, this StoneToss guy is not a very good guy, and a lot of people in the commentary community have just defended him blindly.
I mean, okay, to be fair, I have not seen a lot of people really defending him, right? It's supposed to be people saying, like, hey, no matter what you think about StoneToss and, like, his inherent politicalness, because StoneToss is political, let's be honest. No matter what you think about him, that should not be projected onto Ricky just because they did one stupid-ass NFT collab, alright? Like, I feel like that's the main message I've been seeing. Maybe I'm just biased, though. I don't know.
Because they like edgy humor. And I like edgy humor too. But this guy is not just making edgy jokes. And if you look at some of his comics, I think that's pretty obvious. So StoneToss is pretty much a political comic maker, I guess you could say. He makes political comics is what I'm trying to say. Here's a few of his most popular comics. How can you ignore gun violence in America? A shooter just massacred a dozen people. He was black, and so they ignore it.
I mean, oh god, is he wrong though? I feel like that's more of a liberal cartoon. Okay, like maybe I'm wrong in this, right? But like, I feel like a lot of black on black crime that obviously doesn't get reported a lot of the time, right? Yeah, I'm just we don't hear about shootings in these poor ass neighborhoods that are predominantly black because of systemic racism. We don't hear about it a lot. One, because it's common, not because they're black. Okay, no. It's common because they have a lack of education and funding in those areas. So, obviously there's a lot more crime in these areas. And I guess we just don't hear about it as often because, it happens more often and you can't, yeah.
think the message
which is wrong, by the way. Wrong. It's wrong. We don't hear about it as much.
Is pretty clear in that one. The government has jets and nukes. What can your Second Amendment do? And it's a picture of JFK.
Yeah, how is this one even problematic? It's just advocating for gun usage. But, I mean, you know? Like, I doubt StoneToss endorses the assassination of JFK, right? But it's saying, like, hey, you know, the Second Amendment does still protect us because, you know, everyone's still human and they are vulnerable, right? So, I don't know why Jayln's a female, by the way. I don't know why she picked these comics, right? These seem relatively tamed. Like, I've seen a couple StoneToss comics that are a bit on the a bit on the edgier side, okay?
This one's kind of funny. And then you have, of course, the comics that he's most famous for. You see, when Among Us became a huge meme, he started putting Among Us in his comics, and a lot of people found him through that and just kind of knew him as the Among Us guy. Behold, our newest ad campaign. It's an Among Us. Among Us. Yes. But what a lot of people who just found, you know, maybe a few of his comics funny or thought the Among Us joke was funny, don't know about the guy is he actually holds some pretty messed up views.
Okay, but if you followed him from the Among Us comics, he makes a lot of political comics, okay? You are destined to see at least one of his political comics, okay? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And pushes some really messed up racist messaging through his comics. Like this one, for example, which is pushing the idea of scientific...
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, you know, this is pretty bad, right? Because, okay, what we need to talk about is the difference between jokes and inherent messages, right? Now you can like deliver a political message through a joke, right? Like you know, there can be truth within a joke, okay? But what we need to discern is like if that's what's happening here, okay? And the unfortunate part is we just don't know, okay? We don't know if StoneToss literally like unironically believes that that you know, in the scientific racism, you know, like and I mean, that's, but, you know, we don't know because he doesn't really come out with a statement saying this is a joke or not, right? Yeah.
Racism, which is basically the justification of racism through genes, calling certain races inferior, basically. Dad, why do humans look so different? Because of their genes, son. Why are some so big and some so small? Their genes, of course. And why are some clever and others not? Purely economical factors. Now, the punchline and the messaging of this joke should be pretty clear here, okay? I'm pretty stupid, alright? I'll be the first to admit that, but come on. Can you not see what the point of the joke is, what the messaging here is? This comic is making fun of people who don't believe that there is genetic differences in the cleverness of certain races.
I mean, yeah, true. Okay, the thing about like the thing about this comic is, right, that they're about different dog breeds, okay? I'm not a different breed from like a black guy, okay? like you know what I mean, right? Like all dogs are not the same, right? Like there are definitely different breeds. A Chihuahua is different from I don't know, a pit bull or some shit like that, right? But like a white Chihuahua would not be different from a black Chihuahua, okay? Like, and that's what leads me to believe this is more of a joke, right? Because, like, I don't know, you can't, I have a hard time believing StoneToss would be this dumb, but maybe also I'm just being too charitable, I don't know.
And then we got this one, which is just pushing, like, an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Of course, white privilege exists.
Yeah, see, but does StoneToss really believe that? Nobody knows. It's just so absurd that it leads me to believe that, you know, he doesn't actually believe that, right? Like, I don't know.
Just look at all these white billionaires. And StoneToss is like, And I guess this guy in the painting has a Star of David, which means he's Jewish. There's this, like, crazy, insane conspiracy theory that these, like, racist people believe that Jewish...
Not a conspiracy.
people own the world. And that's essentially what this joke here is alluding to. We know who controls the institutions, media, banks, courts, and the government. Who does? Straight white men. Whew. And this is supposed to be a Jewish guy, because Jewish people control everything. This guy has also made several comments.
I mean, yeah, it's just dumb. I don't, like, I have a hard time literally, I'm sure there are, like, hateful people out there, right? But I have a hard time believing, like, anybody unironically believes that. I don't know, it's just, maybe that's my own ignorance, but it's just, it's so foreign to me, I don't know.
Denying the existence of the Holocaust. Don't let the man control you. Just open your mind. StoneToss starts thinking. Honestly, it seems more likely that prisoners died from insufficient supply lines in a war-torn Germany rather than enough delousing chemical to gas 6 million and cuts off there, but Jews, and the hippies like, shut up.
Yeah, I don't know, this one's pretty bad, like... It would be hard to, I will admit, it would be hard to dismiss this one as a joke, honestly. Yeah, she's kind of got a point here.
Because, you know, StoneToss is exposing the truth here, that the reason all the Jews died is not because of the Holocaust, but because of insufficient supply.
I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was saying dude, I don't know that much, okay? But, like, I think he was saying more that, like, because of like, when Jewish people were put in camps, right? They died more often from, like, not having enough supplies than like after like getting gassed constantly, right? Like, I don't know.
Lines. I mean, can you not see the, like, clear-cut messaging behind the comics here? I mean, this guy makes a lot of right-leaning comics, right?
Finally return to normalcy.
Right, it's pretty clear the guy is right-leaning. And a lot of people use his comics to prove a point.
That's cringe. If you reply to someone with a StoneToss comic, you cringe alert.
It's not a joke when he's calling out the liberal media, but suddenly it's all a joke when he's, like, literally being racist here. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid, maybe I'm the idiot here, but seems pretty clear to me that this guy has some very messed up views. And if I were you, I wouldn't be supporting this guy. Anyway, I think Willie Mack framed it the best. I don't blame Ricky for not knowing StoneToss's background and just wanting to have an NFT for the meme, but probably not someone people should work with unless StoneToss has some great explanation for these gems. Like, are they fake or something? Anyway, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation. If you
so, you know, that'd be fine, right? These thoughts are fun on their own, okay? She has her own opinion. She is allowed to have any opinion she likes. But, StoneToss did a bit of digging, okay? She found some stuff, okay? She did a whole... oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. She did a whole thread, okay? Now, I'm not gonna play any of these videos, because a lot of them have Jayln saying the N-word loud and proud, but, yeah, let's just get into this here. When karma hits. Honestly, how do people justify StoneToss literally being a Nazi? The punchline to a lot of his jokes is literally anti-Semitism. Girl, don't you make jokes about gassing Jews, too? That's just me being edgy, but this is literally an anti-Semitic dog whistle. Now, I don't know, because political comics do have a sort of history, right, of being like, trying to push a certain message, right? But they could also be jokes, right? Like, it's a line, right? And we don't really know where it is. We all Discord messages from Jayln. Are these edgy jokes too? And it's just her saying the N-word. What about these, Jayln? Jayln, there's a difference between making a joke and being an actual racist. I wiped my Twitter. I'll come back on Thursday. I'm going to try and use Twitter less going forward. Because you got exposed for saying the N-word. Okay, personally, I could not care less Jayln said the N-word, okay? But she is being a bit hypocritical, right? Because how do we know that you don't actually hate blacks, right? Like, again, you're writing a line, and it's hard to define where it is, right? Because, you know, if you're just spamming the N-word out there, it's hard to, like, obviously, it's hard to differentiate that from you actually being racist, right? Just like when StoneToss spams out like mad political comics, it's hard to differentiate when he's being serious and when he's joking, right? And yeah, this little meme here. Hey, I'm not gonna play this because lots of N-words. If you guys have another examples of Jayln speaking in his neo-Nazi hate speech, please send it my way. We cannot permit bigotry, real, actual harm. People, Black Lives Matter. What? Jayln's speech threatened to have a fan fired from their job after openly calling the N-word? How is it accepted? Yeah, cringe, dude. Honestly, I care about her. I doubt she would have actually done this, but I care about her threatening to have a fan fired more than her saying the N-word. That might be nuclear, but yeah. It gets worse. Why is this Jayln allowed literally call for violence against Muslims and Jews? Why did it delete my thing? Fuck Islam. Has them all. Yeah. See, like, this is so absurd. I know it's a joke, right? But like, it's the same thing with some of the comics you were showing earlier, correct? Like, says the Hebrew speaker, your religion literally grooms children. No. Yeah. See, like, yeah. I'm not gonna repeat myself. I've employed humor to make transgressive jokes, a societal duty of editorial cartoonists, but Jayln tweets naked calls to violence, use of slurs, and attempted to fire people from their jobs, exposing it. It has no punchline or place in our society. Good one. Of course, unlike Jayln tweets, I disavow Nazism. Yes, check my about link in bio. Meanwhile, Jayln literally proclaims Hitler did nothing wrong. Sickening. Currently, Jayln's bigotry calls for violence, getting exposed on stream, and that, dude, I can't believe Doc on the radio got shouted out by StoneToss, bro. I love Doc on the radio. I continue his streams a lot. Great news. Sadly for Jayln tweets, no amount of calling me a Nazi, which I deny, link in bio, can excuse your own bigotry and actual calls to violence. My about page clearly explains the use of humor as an edginess. Meanwhile, all Jayln does is run and hide. Undefensible. Yeah, and I mean, like, you can say. Okay, you can say all your shit is about humor and being edgy, right? But I mean, that one comic in particular about the Holocaust, like, that was very clearly trying to push a message. Okay, like that did not seem set there to me, right? Running is still hiding. Jayln's Twitter @changed to commentary Jayln after attempting damage control with a stream. The stream immediately goes private after getting eaten alive by the chat. No one likes a hypocrite. Oh my god. He quote tweeted fucking Buster live. Oh. A strange clip coming out of the drama. Also, since Jayln keeps trying to do the Twitter yeah. Yeah, and then it's all memes. I don't know, man. Honestly, both Jayln and StoneToss could do a bit better job at differentiating when they're joking from when they're not. And it seems StoneToss does unironically have some pretty sussy views. All right, so yeah, I don't know. A bit hypocritical though, I must say. Yeah. All right, next drama we have Hyojin, aka Squizzy, being accused of abuse. Okay, we have this audiobook because I hate reading by Boblax. Thank you, Boblax. Actual goat. All right, we're gonna put it in 2x speed since it's a bit long. Yeah, and if you don't know, this is Punk Duck, sorry, right here. Yeah, and he's the one making the execution. So let's get into it.
Goes by Squizzy Online is a popular Twitter artist and animator who is most well known for helping push the false allegations against Slazo, as well as
that's another part of it. She pushed false pedo accusations against another YouTuber known as Slazo, which actually ended in him quitting, which is kind of sad, right? And he also dated Pyrocynical, a furry who likes farting and inflation. So yeah, for me to say I'm like super surprised that she's abusive I would be lying.
as being the ex-girlfriend of YouTuber Pyrocynical. Since her breakup with Pyro, she went on to date Punk Duck, but now that is no longer the case, as Punk Duck just released a huge document on Twitter explaining how Hyojin abused him and why they are not together anymore. His post starts with him saying, TLDR, my ex-partner Hyojin/Squizzy was abusive to me, both emotionally and physically, from 2019 till the back half of 2021. They berated me, put me down, and assaulted me, the worst of which is on page 2. Evidence of it is linked at the end. For 2.5 years, I was trapped in an extremely abusive relationship with Hyojin/Squizzy that I both could not escape and could not tell anybody about. I'm writing this now because I consistently see my ex popping up in my feed, thanks to the wonders of Twitter and YouTube algorithm, not to mention people reposting their content. I brought this up to Hyojin directly.
I mean, you could block them. I don't know. It wouldn't have been that hard. I I don't know.
And while the apology they sent was nice and all, the
Or
trauma
even mute them, right? Like that way they don't know. You just don't see it.
they've given me is well and truly for life. I initially planned to keep this private, but I reached a boiling point of how much I'm willing to lie to protect their image, both to my friends and my family. So it's time I got this off my chest. Where do I even begin? When we started dating, it was fine, great even, for a while. The first 6 months were mostly fine. Occasionally they would do the classic, redirect anger you are feeling from unnecessary issues to your partner and berate me, but I kept being promised it would stop and I believed it. They were, however, constantly materialistic, even at the cost of my own feelings. Constant arguments over what I wear, what I buy.
Yeah, this sounds like they're just being like a fucking freak, controlling, alright? That's something like, I don't know, like, it's a shitty thing to do, right? But I don't think that this person should, like, lose their entire income over it, right? I feel like that's a common theme throughout this, is, like, I think this Hyojin person is very shitty, but I'm not sure they should lose any monetary shit, right? They should definitely be socially condemned, but, yeah.
And what I do on nights out were in order because anything they would do would be a status thing, and they wanted me to act the same way so I wouldn't embarrass them. Anytime arguments would happen, they would always be my fault in one of two ways. I either actually fucked up, or it was a problem they would cause. I would try to approach them and tell them how they hurt me, and I wanted to talk about it, and it would instantly turn into emotional manipulation and accusations of, you were just doing this to make me feel stupid, just fucking leave then. I would end up apologizing and nothing would be resolved. Whatever I had brought up to them would just be added to the growing list of repeated behavior. The main thing I would bring up to them was the anger redirection, which culminated around March 2022. Sorry, a lot of things I bring up will be out of order. They came to visit me a couple days after COVID started. Bad timing. After it did, we soon realized that we had to go back to Australia before flights ran out. It was a very stressful time for everybody involved, but it certainly did not help that whenever my parents weren't in the room, I was an emotional punching bag, like all of it was my fault, and any help I suggested would be responded to in screams. At one point,
I don't know. It's kind of weird, like, were your parents in the other room, and, like, as soon as they left, like, she just started screaming at you? Like, they would have heard that, right? And came... Actually, I guess they probably wouldn't have come back in. Yeah, never mind.
They screamed at me that I was fucking useless and forced me out of my own room so they could stream to raise money for the ticket. Naturally, I obeyed their orders and made them dinner while they streamed. When they came downstairs, I apologized to them. Even worse, my mom caught wind of...
Bitch, he made her dinner. Bitch. No. I'm fucking around. I don't think that.
How much they were screaming at me, and was getting increasingly worried for them. My mother wasn't aware that Hyojin had just finished a fundraising stream, or that Hyojin is fucking loaded. Thinking that they were some starving college kid, she offered to pay for the impromptu flight from Europe to Australia in full. Hyojin immediately accepted. I felt fucking gross.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you know you have enough money to do something, you should fucking, like, do it yourself, right? You shouldn't be taking money from... Like, I can understand why she did it, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe if somebody offered me to pay for my flight, even though I had the funds necessary... you know, I would do it. But then again, why is she fundraising for a stupid ass fucking trip, right? Like, why would you do that? I don't know.
They only ended up paying my mother back exactly 1 year later, with me constantly reminding them for months. Impromptu tickets to Australia are not fucking...
I mean, at least I paid her back. Like, I don't know. They paid her back. Why do I care, right? Like, she eventually did it.
Cheap, turns out. I visited them for emergency reasons back in the summer of 2019, and still got fucking yelled at because I had a migraine from how hot it was at one point, and asked if we could go home early so I could rest. They screamed at me, saying I ruined their night, and they didn't allow me to sleep in the bed that night. I was promised things would get better. What really made things spiral out of control was New Year's 2020. I'd flown down...
Maybe just don't be sick, lol. Eat more dirt as a child so you have a better immune system. maybe try some of that horse medicine, okay, and then you'll feel better.
To Australia for a couple weeks to be with Hyojin and their family. On New Year's itself, we bought a tent and planned to be in a park to watch the fireworks. Was fun, till they once again called me fucking useless, and yelled at me because I was struggling to figure out how to build the tent, while they sat there and did nothing. Massive scene in the middle of a very crowded park. Was fun. At that point, that shit was bouncing off of me. A couple days after, on January 3rd, 2020, my partner had received an early press copy of a game, and asked for help installing it. Turns out getting early copies to work on Steam is fucking ball ache. The usual stuff happens.
Why would... It's kind of weird. I don't know why Squizzy would get an early copy. She's like an animator, right? Not a gaming person. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. Right?
Blaming me, etc., telling me to fuck off so I just go and sit on their bed on the verge of tears. They proceeded to, in the same room I'm in, get on a Discord chat with their friends and start chatting like nothing is going on. I lie there in pure disbelief, mustering up the courage to ask, are you actually doing this? Bad idea. Very bad idea. Hyojin deafens the call. I tell them what they did is fucked up, and they hit me hard. So hard, in fact, my head bounces off the wall. We just...
Yeah, like, Jesus. I don't know. Like, obviously hitting someone is really shitty, and you should not do it, but, like, if it was an isolated incident and it only happened once, right? I don't even know. Maybe this person, like, they shouldn't not get a serious jail sentence, right? Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe a station in the night would be, like, or maybe a night in the station would be, like, okay. You know, like, obviously it's really shitty, and you shouldn't beat your partner. But, like, if it was just an isolated incident, I don't really care that much, you know?
Stand there, motionless, and without saying a word, I ask, what the fuck did you just do? They start crying and storm out into a guest room in their house. This was the first moment I realized I was in an abusive relationship. For a year, it was emotional, and now...
Yeah, they started crying. That is kind of abusive, you know? Like, if you hurt them and then play the victim, like... I don't know. I fucking hate it when people have, like, this victimhood about them, right? Like, I know some people like this in real life who are just... They're professional victims, okay? Their entire life centers around them being a fucking victim, and that's all they ever talk about, and they bitch and they moan. It's annoying, and I hate being around those people.
physical. So I did what most responsible people do. I fucking panicked. I phoned up one of our friends who lived nearby, explained to him what just happened as quickly as possible, and bless his fucking soul, he saved my life. I asked him if I could stay with him for the remainder of my trip, and he instantly agrees. He immediately calls an ambulance to their house and an Uber for myself so I can get to his place. I start gathering my shit as fast as I can, so I can leave without Hyojin walking in on me.
Yeah, and I mean, that was probably one of the best things you could have done, you know, getting out of there.
Can leave without Hyojin walking in on me packing. Hyojin walks in on me packing, asks me what I'm doing. Before I can answer, they realize. They start crying that I've already ruined their year. I tell them I'm fucking terrified of them. They run into the bathroom and grab a knife. At first, they pointed at me. I lunged to try and disarm them, and they scratch up my arm pretty bad. I managed to get the knife, but it was at this point that their mother walked in.
Yeah, this is just crazy bitch behavior, alright?
She starts screaming at Hyojin, saying they are an attention whore, a drama queen, how they always do this, and that they are sick in the head. And then she just walks away like she didn't see anything. Lovely woman. The police show up along with the ambulance. I tell them what happened and they take my partner away. I take the Uber to my friend's place. Once at this house, he and his flatmates tried to get my mind off shit, but at this point I'm catatonic. I was lost. I had no idea where my life was gonna go in the next couple days. Hyojin texts me, tells me we're through, tells me I've ruined their life. It's all my fault that they're gonna get a criminal record, tells me how I don't love them, and I apologize. The police let them go with a warning. We spend an hour texting, and Hyojin manages to convince me that this whole ordeal is my fault. Hyojin forces me to pay for an Uber to take them to the place I'm staying at, so they can drop the rest of my shit off. I forgot.
Yeah. It was just like, you know, like, she's being an asshole still, even after, like, it's like, this is a really fucked up thing to do, like, where you hurt someone and then pretend you're the victim. It's fucking awful. I hate it.
Forgotten my toothbrush. Hyojin makes me meet with them outside so we can talk. I pretty much end up begging for them to take me back, and they do. We get back together. I even end up helping them write a statement for the police so they don't get a criminal record. I was promised things would get better. Forgiving them for this was the worst mistake of my life. Letting that go basically opened up the floodgates for every piece of textbook abuse you can imagine. How the mildest complication means I don't love them. Me moving in with my friends instead of getting a place of my own meant I didn't love them. Their words. Constantly suicide baiting. Telling them that if I leave, they would kill themselves. Telling me my friends suck and I should cut them off. And then projecting that somehow I'm the one that hates their friends. My favorite thing about that was how—
Yeah, this is... I don't know. Punk Duck should have definitely broke up with them. I mean, I hate to be that, like, gay-ass motherfucker who's like... like judging other people's relationship, you know, and like you know, I don't want to tell anyone what to do, but in this situation, you should have broken up, right? Like that's not even debatable.
One of the breakups, yeah, they impromptu broke up with me like 5 times throughout our relationship, happened because they had an argument in a Discord server with one of their close friends, and ended the combo on a sour note. Instead of working it out privately, Hyojin asked me to berate the other guy. I said no, you guys are both adults, you should talk privately. Me yelling at the guy would just be—
I don't know, it seems like they weren't getting out of, like, they were each not getting out of the relationship what they wanted, right? Like, obviously Hyojin wanted a big buff manly man to do whatever she wanted, you know, who she could hit without bouncing off the wall, right? And you know, Punk Dog just wanted a nice calm life, and she was being a total bitch.
Counterproductive. When I kept declining after Hyojin insisted, they broke up with me. They would also do the classic move using my insecurities against me. From using my car accident to belittle me in public service with people I barely knew, while I, quite literally in the ICU, were bringing up friends of mine who passed away to get a rise out of me during arguments.
Jesus Christ, dude, man. That is really fucked up. Like, I don't know, man. Imagine somebody dies, and you like, one of your boyfriend's friends dies, and you bring up an argument, you're like, oh yeah, well, maybe I didn't do the dishes because your bitch-ass friend died. Ever think about that one? bitch ass Brent. Yeah, he's 6 feet under now, fuckface.
Incredibly normal behavior. For the last year of our relationship, Hyojin would constantly remind me that reconnecting with old friends who moved back to Belgium was making them fall out of love with me, since we weren't spending every waking day together on Discord, and they'd get mad at me whenever I tell them what me and my friends got up to that
Discord kitten.
day. For all of 2021, I was basically looking for a way out. I knew I couldn't break up with them because they would somehow use it against me. They are incredibly vindictive. For example, that guy I stayed with during New Year's, shortly after the New Year's incident, him and Hyojin stopped being friends. Because of this, Hyojin celebrated any time they'd hear any sort of negative news about the guy, and was looking forward to hearing more, saying shit along the lines of—
I mean, that's understandable, bro. Like, I celebrate the faults of my enemies, okay? You should too.
Hoping they all regret the day they crossed Squizzy, Hyojin, etc. I was so afraid of what Hyojin would do to themselves if I broke up with them for honest reasons, so I waited for something to happen that would let me end things in a way that seemed mutual. COVID was a fucking godsend in that regard, and finally gave me the way out I needed, telling them that we should break up because it's getting harder and harder for us to see each other. We didn't talk for a month to let emotions settle. We got back in touch afterwards and it was fine, until they asked me to not speak to them again because their new partner wasn't comfortable with them talking to their ex. I obliged. We got back in touch a couple months later, and even joined a Discord server with a lot of my close friends, but the more I reflected on my experience, the more terrified I was to have them this close to me, so I politely asked them to leave. They sent thinly veiled threats my way, and removed me on everything.
Yeah, see, it's weird that, like, they were fine with cutting him off before, but now it's a big deal, okay? You can't cut me off. It's fucking
a week later, they found out I started telling my close friends everything you've just read. They got mad at me one last time, called my behavior childish, and attempted to convince me I was never abused in the first place. I told them off, and here we are. That about covers it. I kept this hidden for so long because I was afraid of what they would do to themselves if people found out. They constantly told me, especially after the New Year's event, that if people found out about this, they would kill themselves. My own brain can only go on for so long covering for my abuser, and I was getting real tired of lying to my friends. Now I brought this up to Hyojin directly, and they apologized to me and reassured me that they are seeking help. While that is nice to hear, I have a hard time believing them since the apology came 24 hours after calling me childish, and the quite honestly shit attempt at gaslighting. Weeks before our breakup, they told me they lied throughout our entire relationship about seeking a therapist and being medicated because, quote, I lied to make you feel better. Let's be real, it feels like somebody else wrote it. Needless to say,
yeah, true. Shout out.
their apology fell flat, and I have no intentions of ever reconnecting with them. And because this is Twitter, and I'm obviously just doing this for clout, attached at the end of this text log is both their apology where they acknowledge that all of this happened, their attempt to shut me down, and text logs after they were released from jail after the events of New Year's 2020. Abusers deserve no sympathy. If you are trapped in a situation like this, don't wait for things to get better. Leave and do not look back. I believed every promise every time. Don't make the same mistakes I did. And then below his tweet, he links a Google.
Alright, yeah, then he just goes into basically evidence that all this happened, right? And it's just a bunch of text messages. If you really want to watch this video, okay, I suggest you go check out Bo Black's video, Hyojin, Squizzy, Punk Duck. This is basically undeniable proof all that stuff happened, right? You know, and basically my thoughts, right? You know, obviously Hyojin's a really shitty person for doing all this. Here's also the original sources if you want to go see that. Obviously Hyojin's a really shitty person for doing this. So Squizzy, but you know, I don't know if she should experience major loss because of it. You know, it was quite a while ago, and you know, it's nothing major happened, right? Like she wasn't beating the fuck out of him every day. It was an isolated incident where she hit him, and you know, she's just kind of an asshole, right? And yeah, and then you know, I think she's actually lost, like, I don't know, she's lost some subs though, because I think she was a little over 1 million before, right? And these comments are shitting all over her. You know, what a wonderful animal. I sure hope they treat their significant others with respect and love they deserve. Squizzy collecting controversies like fucking Boy Scout bagels. Finally, people are finding out that Squizzy is a horrible person. As a Pyrocycle fan, I'm glad she's finally getting recognized as a manipulative, toxic person. It's honestly a bit worrying how many people do not know about Squizzy being an abusive psycho, but still, better late than never, I guess. Yeah, dude. Completely shat all over, okay? And this is gonna be a top video on her channel for a while, right? Because she's a bitch ass animator who makes these like shit ass fucking animations, okay? And yeah, so you know, when people go check out her channel and see all this what's going on in the comments, they're gonna see, oh, this person fucking sucks asshole. Yeah, that's kind of it though. Fuck you, Hyojin. I don't think you should experience major harm, but I also do because you're an enemy. What the fuck? All right, now we have the autism. Okay, this is gonna be one of the most autistic segments I've ever done. JiDion versus Tommyinnit. Okay, now if you didn't know, JiDion recently went to TwitchCon. Tommyinnit was also there because he's like fucking retarded. Okay, he's like 16. I think is he 17 now? I don't fucking know. Anyways, JiDion and Tommyinnit were there. Okay, now obviously there was tons of people lined up to meet Tommyinnit. You know, tons of neurodivergent, autistic, transgender Tommyinnit fans. You know, just lining up, super excited to see what the fuck is going on, right? And you know, JiDion decided to troll him. Now we don't even know what he did. Okay, he could have done something really bad. I don't give a fuck. Okay, it's a public setting. He gets to say whatever the fuck he wants to. Okay, like, and then this is okay. And we're gonna watch this. This is Tommyinnit just crying about it, dude. He's an actual like baby. He's crying. He's coping. He's seething. All right, let's see it.
Troll, dude, creator shoved into the line and started being a dick to you lot, being
good,
super rude and just a fucking prick. First,
a fucking prick. I don't know. How can you get this mad, man? I don't. He's just fucking around, right?
First of all, I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll get into this later, but he got kicked out for it, bro. He got kicked out for doing this. You got justice, bro, and you're still bitching.
I didn't see him earlier and sort him out. I spoke for a long time with the Twitch staff about it afterwards. I didn't really know what to do, and they were so caught up in making sure I was
okay, home auditor, right,
safe that they didn't check up on you lot, which is really annoying. But I'm sure they'll have more security on the lines at San Diego. I'm also getting in touch with the creator right as soon as the stream's done, since they recorded loads of it without, like, my consent or the fans.
It's a public area, you fuckface. He's allowed to do that. He did it. Like, that's such like a white woman thing to say, right? Oh, he recorded me without consent. Oh my god. Oh, woo me. Oh, like, I don't care. I don't care.
Consent, and I'm sure they'll do the right thing and not publish those sections. Me and my fans.
No, I hope he publishes them. Let's go on and see, right? The JiDion post the video because this drama's a bit old, right? Alright, dude, fuck, man. JiDion, if you're listening to this right now, post it, okay? Post it right now. I want to see it, okay? I want to see you bullying all of these losers, okay? That's what they are. Call them out. Say it how it is, okay? I want to see you destroying these losers.
Anyway, chat, this happened. You know, some dude shouting at my fans, shouting at you lot, just being mean with no purpose, and
just being mean.
it sucked. It really threw me off, and like a lot of people in the line. We can get hearts in the chat as well. I'd appreciate that because I'm kind of nervous.
I'm kind of nervous. I hope JiDion bullies you more. Okay, I hope he does.
But no, really, it really threw me off, and a lot of people in the line. It upset. It upset. I was really sad about this. I was really angry about it. And I'm not like, guys, I take pride in not being an angry person. Like, I'll get pissed off at Tubbo, but I'm never really angry. I'm never actually angry. And I wasn't planning to talk about any of this publicly, but it made me, like, actually pissed.
Good. Then he literally succeeded then. He was trolling you. Get fucked. I don't know.
I just want to share a few words with my stream with chat. Okay, so, you know, first thing I did after speaking to the staff was message everyone that was affected by this dickhead and just check that they were okay. They were. I got confirmation. So that was...
I know this guy was, like, being kind of mean to you, like, in public, but, like, are you okay? Like, are you gonna kill yourself because this guy was being, like, kind of mean to you? Like, are you okay? Dude, like, why? It's so much of nothing, and you're crying, you're coping, you're seething, bro. Like, in front of all these, like, neurodivergent transgender teenagers, bro. What is wrong?
Was really good. That's the most important thing. But it feels important to speak to you lot, like everyone, about this. You can't do that to people. You just can't.
You can't do that to people. You just can't, okay? You can't do that to people. You can't.
Okay? I don't want anyone to feel like they're in fucking school being made fun of when they're lining up.
I do. I hope everyone gets made fun of, okay? School is fucking awesome. I love it. I love bullying people. Okay, you're the hall monitor. Okay, Jake Lucky's the hall monitor, okay? I'm the fucking football star, okay? I'm gonna be shoving all the kids in the lockers. Tommyinnit, you're first. I'm gonna shove you in the locker first, okay? You better not let me get my meaty claws on you, all right? Or it's donezo.
Up to meet me, it's like I won't have it. Don't make fun of people for being passionate about shit. Being
I won't have it. I won't have it.
Happy. It's fucked. Won't.
He's fucked. Like, he's getting so worked up, bro. Like, calm down. You know, take a chill pill. Take a deep breath. Count some sheep, maybe. You know,
have it. The other thing I've really thought about, but it is worth saying, is I got bullied, right? I think most of us have had...
Dude, you didn't... I could have guessed that.
Had some experience dealing with pricks, and that can really put you down. You know, when I was at school, I would try to fit in.
It can really put you down.
And it sucked. I did not enjoy trying to fit in, and I was bad at it.
Yeah, again, we could have guessed that. And then this is when JiDion got kicked out of TwitchCon. Okay, let's check it. Check it, alright.
3 weeks?
Bro, I need you to sign my leg. Please sign my leg. Sign my leg.
Yo.
Right here, bro.
Hey, TwitchCon. Yeah. L's in the chat. Yo, guys.
JiDion W.
We did it, man. Bro got kicked out already? Nah, man, you got twisted. They linked to the party. What's up?
Without the camera, please.
Oh, we gotta leave?
No, I gotta speak to him for a second.
Why?
Because Twitch wants your badge as well. Because you're...
They're gonna take my
revoked your access as well.
Oh
Violation.
my god, bro.
Oh, but what if we just leave property?
Yeah, but it's still a Twitch badge, and they don't want it back in again.
But we already paid for it.
But
We'll just leave.
We're gonna need your badge, sorry.
Can you please? 3 weeks?
Yeah, just leave. Fuck him. Jake Lucky's a hall monitor. That's a teacher. Okay, he's disappointed. All right, he's coming over to reprimand JiDion. All right. Oh. Fourth and final story of the night, folks. We got Andrew Tate versus Hasan. Okay, I wanted to cover this because you know, it is the first ever documented Hasan W. Okay, there's only one. And it was posted on July 21st, 2022, okay? This is the only thing he's ever looked good in, okay? And that's because Andrew Tate just seethes for this entire... I don't even want to spoil anything. Let's take a look-see.
Andrew, I've seen some of your work as you're doing the rounds on Twitch here, and a lot of the things that you said that you've been called out on, specifically in regards to like women driving, as a matter of fact, are just generally untrue. There's no empirical evidence to back up those claims, which is why you resort to anecdotes quite frequently and say things like, oh, well, it's just common sense, right? But it's not technically common sense. It's just your personal opinion.
Completely. It's my personal opinion based on my personal biases of my life experience. And when I say exactly. And when I say these things, X amount of people agree with me, X amount of people disagree with me. That's fine. That's the same with nearly any statement in the world.
Okay, but
well, yeah, but you also shouldn't. You're saying them as fact when it's the only evidence you. The problem is you're saying it as fact when the only evidence you have is your own anecdotal experience, right? Like, and that's not evidence.
I can say the world is round, and there'll be a percent of people who disagree with me. That's totally not fine. I come on here and talk about my own personal experiences. My experience is men are better drivers than women.
Yeah, but there's proof the world is round. Like,
there's no good female drivers. I'm not saying female
no, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. There is a truth, and then there is your own personal experiences backed by anecdotes, right? Or your own personal opinion backed by anecdotes from your own personal experiences. Now, your own.
Yeah. I mean, Hasan is spitting, okay? First time ever. This is the first time he's ever spit in his life, okay? There. You know, he's right, right? You know, you have your own biases, right? And those aren't fact. Those are just how you feel.
Personal experiences are oftentimes going to be incorrect and not close to the reality. That's why there's an entire field of statistical analysis. That's why we do empirical. That's why we rely on empirical evidence when we're making decisions. Why? Because we all carry a bunch of personal biases, and when we analyze situations, we do not have enough scope to grasp the entirety of the situation. We cannot.
True. I love how Slay King, slay. Shut the fuck up, bro. You ruined this all, Run Ralph. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Comprehend it with our human brains.
Bro, listen,
which is why when it comes to women driving, it's a funny point because the truth is different. The truth is the exact opposite.
No, listen. First things first. There's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. I'm sure you heard that from Mark Twain. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you can massage numbers, but you're deriving your truth from an internet study. That's fine. You can derive your truth from an internet study on a bunch of different things. The truth of life is the truth that you experience as an individual. That's the only truth that we all live within. You live within your.
No, there's objective truth, and I guess there would be your own truth, but you're saying things as if they're an objective truth, right? Like, it's an objective truth. The sky is blue. It's not an objective truth. Men drive better than women. You know, like, although that is a very base thing to say. Okay.
Your truth live within my truth because the truth I've experienced as an individual. If certain things happen to you over and over and over and over and over again, but the truth on the internet says it's not true, that doesn't mean that your experiences are any less real. So if you come here and say the internet says X.
Well, yeah, but your experiences are only worth like 1 in 7 billion, right? Because there's 7 people on the earth who all have different experiences, right? So your experiences are only worth like 1/7 billionth, okay? Like,
your experiences can be real. You can be a statistical anomaly, as a matter of fact. You can be one of those people, but more often than that.
Because I keep letting you talk and you're finishing your point and I'm trying to talk. So
okay, go ahead.
See, he's getting angry. Okay, that little bald head of his. You know, you can see the steam start to rise. All right.
I'm going to. The fact that you're going on the internet, finding some study and saying that this is the truth, especially after the age of COVID and all the fucking truth we were told with that garbage. You want to sit here and say, oh, the internet said X. I'm sure the internet did. I've done about my personal experiences, and some people agree with me and some people do not. That is perfectly fine. Don't give a fuck if people agree with me or otherwise. People are listening to me and they're either
I know, but you're still wrong, and that's the problem.
True.
Do you want to be right, or do you want to keep speaking into a hug box where people agree with you? And then, you know, well, if you just completely devalue empirical evidence, actuarial sciences, the entirety of the insurance industry that relies on making these sorts of calculations to ensure that these quotes are as profitable as possible, which ends up charging men higher rates than women, is a statistical likelihood that men are more dangerous drivers than women across the board and get into more car accidents across the board. If you're going to look at all of that and say it doesn't matter because that does not correspond to my own personal experiences, then you're silly. You're being silly. You're being a silly person. If everyone thought like you did.
True. Hasan POV. Hasan's chat is so cancer, bro. I hope all these people get purged from the internet. Okay, if you have ever typed in Hasan's chat and it wasn't a mean message towards him, you shouldn't be allowed to have a router anywhere near your house. Okay,
right? We would have no scientific achievements on this planet. We would still be living inside fucking caves. As much as I love Liver King personally, I don't think that that would be a good planet to live on. I'm pretty happy for, I don't know, all the medical achievements, all the scientific achievements that we have reached. And at the heart of all of that, all of those accomplishments lies an understanding of arriving at the truth through empirical evidence.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool. In my personal experiences, all the car crashes I've been involved in, all the times my car was hit, and all the negative experiences I've had on the road, women were at fault. That is, now you can sit here and say the insurance claims say that. I never said the insurance claims don't say that. I'm saying that I am not comfortable with women driving because of my personal experience. Those are my personal experiences.
Yeah, that's fine, but you're saying it on your public platform as if it's an objective fact, right? Like, that's the... There's like actually, I don't know. I feel like Andrew Tate's a funny guy, but realistically, not all too smart, right? Like, I don't know if that's a hot take, right?
You can drag up all the empirical evidence in the world you want to try and drag up. Anyone with a brain knows how that aids the world agendas anyway. I don't want to go too political on a stream that's going to get taken down.
That is literally how the world works.
So I'm not saying that.
On a very broad scale, that is exactly how the world works. However, that data most likely won't affect your like where you live personally, right? Like. If there's a statistic, like, I don't know, let's say statistically, there's like a very high amount of, I don't fucking know, people with longer hair, right? But in your little community, it's very not socially acceptable to have long hair, so everybody in your community has short hair, right? That'd be an example. You say, well, no, not everybody in the world, or well, no, not most people in the world have long hair because everybody in my personal life has short hair. But obviously that's not true. But it also people having long hair doesn't affect you, right? Because you're not around them at all. So yeah.
I can't find a female race car driver. I'm not saying that.
That's not what I'm saying either. I'm not talking about like statistical anomalies. I'm straight up talking about the overwhelming amount of evidence that suggests that women are more careful drivers than men. Okay, and therefore better drivers than men. You keep resorting back to your personal anecdotes. So let me walk you through this. Right? Do you agree? Do you agree that human beings have biases?
Do me a favor.
Okay. But hey, I respected your time. Do you want to answer my question? Do you believe that human beings have biases?
Oh, absolutely, we're all biased.
Okay.
Completely.
Do you think that those biases might cloud your judgment?
It's not about clouding judgment.
Not just your own personal judgment. Do you think our biases might cloud our personal judgment?
I think every single person on earth is biased and lives within a biased
Absolutely.
reality.
That's absolutely true. If you agree with me on both of those accounts, you understand that your anecdotes, your own personal accumulation of information, is going to be clouded by your own personal biases. So you're not going to be able to assess the information adequately in the same way that empirical evidence would.
True, but also your biases also they also affect empirical evidence. Okay, like the way you interpret them, and yeah.
Precisely why we look at data rather than make arguments around our. Wait, let me finish. Come on.
I understand what you're saying.
This is precisely why we do that.
Everyone's saying kick you. You're long in the point. You're saying that the empirical evidence is saying X, so it doesn't matter what my personal experience is. That's fine. My point is, let me change it. Let's say that the empirical evidence says that pit bull is more likely to bite you than a Dalmatian. But in your life experience, every time you went near a Dalmatian, it bit you, and a pit bull never did. Are you going to go up to a Dalmatian still completely and go, oh, it's fine, completely unbiased because the empirical evidence says X when you're covered in scars? No.
No. Okay. No. But you're also not going to state on your public platform that Dalmatians are like evil, right? Because that would be objectively untrue. You just would be more careful around Dalmatians.
You're going to say Dalmatians bite me for some reason. I'm not comfortable around Dalmatians. That's called human nature. So I'm telling you my personal experiences. I don't care. I understand your point. Empirical evidence says X. Women in this country can do X. I completely get that. For second, it's also cool countries. You're only talking about America because you're American. You don't see outside of the world. That's fine.
I'm Turkish, actually. I grew up in Turkey.
That's not the point. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is I'm uncomfortable with women driving. And if you actually ask most women, if it gets late at night or it starts getting dark or it starts raining heavily or the parking gets difficult, they usually ask the man to drive themselves. I know many women who do that and are not offended by my.
I just realized this guy's a Fortnite shirt on. Dude, this guy is way more drippy than Hasan, though. Hasan has some horrendous ass fits, okay, bro? Hasan has some of the... Let's pull it up, actually. Hasan has some of the worst fits known to man, okay? Hasan... Yeah, here it is, bro. Oh, my God, bro. I saw this shit today, and I cringed. I literally wanted to throw my phone out the fucking window. He has a fucking... Oh, my God, bro. I could do a deep dive in just exactly how terrible all of this is, bro. I hate all of this. Like, these guys are fine, actually. I low-key like these because, they're stylish, except for the glasses. Those are gay as shit. But, like, they got the style down, okay? What do you say again? Like, U.S. political... Yeah, my 70s era, right? But what is this shirt, bro? This shirt does... The shirt and the jewelry just don't match, like, the vibe you're going for at all, bro. Like, it doesn't match it at all. Fucking the cigar. Yeah, it's just terrible. Sorry for the side tangent.
Assumption. I know loads of women go, oh, I don't want to park, you park it. Look, there's not a bad thing about it. Who gives a shit, right? It's not a big deal. You come on here deciding you really want to stick up for the chicks, and maybe, one of them will drive over to your house. It's cool. We've got better things
I don't think I look, let's be real. I don't think I need to be a male feminist to be able to attract women, okay? However, having said that, that was a funny implication. Having said that, you are failing to recognize what I am trying to say. I walked you through these steps slowly but surely. The thing is, the Dalmatian example you gave is great because you are creating now a hypothetical scenario in which you want your opponent to concede. I can do the exact same thing and say, well, in my personal experience, Dalmatians never bite, or pit bulls never bite, whichever one you thought was the more aggressive breed, right? In my personal experience, what if in a million times that I have bred pit bulls or been around pit bulls, not a single one of them has ever been aggressive? We will never be able to arrive at a meaningful solution or a resolution to this conversation if we're both operating on personal anecdotes and hypotheticals. That is not how you can.
True. Now, like, see, the thing about this conversation, though, is, like, it doesn't affect Andrew Tate's personal life or Hasan's personal life, right? He's still not going to trust Dalmatians, and he's still not going to trust pit bulls, right? But it shows to the audience that, like, who is objectively right, and that's all. Like, I guess realistically, none of these conversations really matter all too much, but they're just interesting to have, and it's a pastime, right? Like, that's why I do it. I'm not making any money from this. Nobody's watching, but I create content because I get bored a lot of the time. So I mean, I might as well do something at least somewhat productive with my time, right? And yeah,
conduct an appropriate debate.
Good. So now you're saying the thing I just said. I have my own biases, my personal experiences, and I say them. Some people disagree, and some people agree, and I don't care. You know how long?
You're still wrong, though, because I'm not operating on biases when I talk about women driving. I'm talking about the empirical evidence. I might have personally thought women are worse at driving than men as well, but once you arrive at, once you look at the evidence and you realize that said evidence suggests something else, you're probably not going to continue believing the prior thing that you believed, right?
We went over the same point like 5 times.
I know, but it's just weird because I can't break through Andrew's
I understand your point. You're saying
walls here.
We're losing the girl.
No, exactly. I want to talk to her.
Yeah, bro. This guy goes on to dick ride. No, not Hasan. Dick ride Andrew like mad. Like, yeah, bro. The reason we're going over it over and over again is because like Andrew Tate over here is like being retarded. Like that's.
He said, even if I thought women were worse drivers, I've seen empirical evidence, and I'm so smart that I ignore my own eyes and ears and believe what the internet tells me. That's
not what I'm asking you to do, my friend.
I'm sure you're double vaccinated. It all makes sense to me now. You believe what you're told to believe. You don't believe your own eyes, don't believe your ears, and that's what you're sitting here and talking about empirical evidence that you found on Google. Cool. If you believe everything that's on Google, that is your prerogative, my friend. If you think that makes you sound smart in the modern world.
Okay, he's not believing everything he finds on Google. He's I'm. It's from a trusted source, right? It's a. What do you call it? It's a fucking insurance company, right? Like, and yeah, it's not like some rando fuck on Twitter that's making this claim. It's a trusted source, right? If it'd be different if some like random fucker on Twitter was just saying this, right? Yeah, he's like using this weird like don't trust everything you see on the internet argument, right? But like Hasan's not. He's using a trusted source, right? Like, there's a very clear difference.
World after the 3 years you've just been through to say that I read a piece of paper that tells me to believe X, so I believe X, and I ignore my own personal experiences. And
I'm not asking you to ignore your own personal experiences. I'm simply asking you to look at the data.
So let's change the subject because you just proved.
Okay, Andrew, do you believe? Well, you didn't really prove anything, but it's cool. Do you believe the Earth is flat, or do you believe the Earth is spherical, round?
I'll be headphones on.
Oh, you took his headphones off?
He gets very stressed sometimes, and you know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's important, you know. Sometimes.
This is how Hasan took an ultimate W. Okay, Hasan literally had like an autistic moment. Okay, it got too much for him, and he. Okay, he's like, he's so retarded that he had to like unironically take like an autistic break to like smoke. Okay, he had to take a smoke break. Okay, it's amazing. I don't. It's amazing that how are we gonna let Hasan do this to you too, bro? Like, how are we gonna let Hasan do this to you? All right, and like he's done this before too. His friends know about this. Sometimes he needs to take a break because he's like so autistic. Yeah, man-child. Holy shit, dude! And if you're gonna let Hasan, this man, like, dude, you could kick the absolute living shit out of Hasan. Okay, I've seen Hasan like training for boxing, bro. It doesn't look good. You could rock the shit out of Hasan. Okay, you're letting him like do this little mental gymnastics. It's not even really mental gymnastics, but you know, he's just basically dancing around you with his words, and you're having a meltdown about it, dude. Like, you're crying. The sunglasses can only hide so much, Tate. You gotta maybe step away from the screen.
Sometimes you can't take the heat. Sometimes you can't take the heat, so you gotta get out of the kitchen a little bit. Andrew, do you believe the Earth is flat or round, spherical, globe?
Round.
You believe it's round, right? But when you walk outside, it feels like it's flat.
Brother, and I
it looks flat, it feels flat, but you believe it's round. Why do you believe the Earth is round?
Because I have personal experience that would prove to me that the Earth is round.
Oh, your personal experience. What happened? Did you go up to the fucking moon? Is that how you figured it out?
I flew up into space and I looked down on Earth.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, see, now, this is Andrew Tate is pulling Hasan here, right? Hasan, like, totally fucking owned him on that point. He's 100% right that, you know, Andrew Tate does not personally know that the Earth is fucking round, but, I mean, it's a well-known fact, so obviously the Earth is round, but he just memes about it and says, oh yeah, I personally flew up to the moon, right? That's something Hasan would do, Andrew Tate. Come on, man. Like...
That's crazy. Okay, you don't have to. Hey, listen, you don't have to concede on that point, but I think you and I both understand the importance of scientific, the importance of empirical evidence in that one, right? Or you know, science.
And I thought, wow, this guy, wow, okay, he's gonna ruin the stream. We had a hot chick. Now we're here.
Is that what you thought?
Just chill out. Like,
so what's up? Is it a little bit more difficult when I'm not like the traditional like SJW looking person? Is that why it feels like?
Dude, no. Okay, Hasan is a traditional SJW. Okay, Hasan sucks. Hasan sucks. He's taking one W and he's stroking it, bro. He's so proud of himself. It's crazy. He's not gonna shut up about this one for weeks. Okay.
Ruined?
No, it's not difficult. As a professional, I'll tell you the conversation we just
had.
had.
Yeah, you've been kicked in the face and stuff. Like, I'm sure you can handle little old me.
Exactly. So I'll tell you that the professional conversation we just had. I said I'm biased and I don't believe women can drive. That's my personal experience. I don't care if anyone agrees. You came along and said, don't interrupt me. You came along and said, no, that's not true because of the evidence. I came and said, I don't care the evidence, my personal experience. You said, I also have personal experiences and we're all biased. I agree. Then you said, even if I had personal experiences that said X, I would ignore them because the internet told me to believe Y. I believe what I'm
told. That's not what I said. I said that regardless of
my... Yeah, that's not what Hasan said, bro. He's making shit up because he's coping. He's seething.
Personal biases that I might have, evidence is still more important than my personal biases.
When you guys all talk at once, and it's boring, and you've lost, and it's boring. So let's move on to the next subject.
Is that what happens? You just say I'm boring and I lost, and then you win? Is that what it is?
Do a poll in the chat.
Dude, Andrew W.
One, then we'll continue to talk it, but I'm sure you lost, and it's boring.
Okay. Do you want me to leave the conversation that desperately, Andrew? It seems like you're running away a little bit.
Oh, we're just going in a never-ending circle.
Okay, yeah, we can move on from that. We can move on from the importance of science and Andrew's personal biases. Andrew, can you tell me a little bit about the Hustlers University, whatever that is? Not in a promotional capacity. I know that like you're doing the rounds on Twitch, and I know that that's probably giving you a big boost. But I want to understand, you know, because you are a businessman. I want to understand how you generate revenue. Is it okay to get this information for free, or do I have to pay $50 and then maybe get an affiliate link and get other?
That's another thing is, you know, Andrew has this like retarded program. It's like $50 a month, and it just basically teaches soy boys. You know, soy boy. He's converting soy boys to the Chad I don't know, the Chad colonized the Chad Armada, okay, and you know, it's fucked up, man. We need more soy, okay. And they're paying him $50 a month. That's what really proves they're soy, okay. If you are paying $50 a month to learn how to not be soy, you are the most soy person on the earth, okay. I don't care.
Other people to also join, so I can make a 10% cut off of them also joining Hustlers University. You can find everything on the website, and you can join if you want more information. That's fine. So you don't want to share this information for free right now. You don't want to educate me on that. I don't want to sit here and spend the next hour you trying to accuse me of some bullshit. I'm not. I'm here to learn. Andrew, you are a brilliant mind. Maybe a little rattled from the numerous concussions, but brilliant nonetheless. So I want to hear more about your business strategy if possible. It's actually quite interesting that people are too scared to get in the ring, trying to make fun of people who have bravery to try and make fun of. No, I do think it's very brave. I do think it's very brave. All right, so let's not detract the bravery of men.
I mean, if like, he is kind of shitting on him here, like he's throwing big. He's like, okay, Andrew's an asshole, right? And Hasan is just insulting him very basically. Okay, he's like, lol. Lol, and then like Andrew's just melting down, bro. Like, Jesus.
Men who do things you're afraid to do. That's the first thing.
No, you are absolutely incredibly brave. You still might have CTE, but you are incredibly brave. I appreciate it.
I mean, whatever, it's fine. The point I'm trying to make is, I know you want to sit here and talk about HHU and try and break it down, and you prepare a bunch of notes, etc.
I have no notes whatsoever. I'm a dumbass. I don't know anything I'm talking about. I'm simply here to learn from you.
Can we stop with sarcastic shit?
No, I'm literally, but that's the truth.
You're being so correct.
That's not true, by the way. Hasan does. I mean, I guess. Okay, maybe he doesn't have notes, but he just has at least that one link saved that proves he's right about the car crash, right?
Like, why are you so sarcastic?
I'm not. I'm literally. Oh, come on.
He's sarcastic because Andrew is melting down, and it's funny. Why doesn't Hasan just own this, right? Because like it's true. I would support Hasan. The one instance where I would.
I'm asking questions.
Hasan, sarcastic. Listen,
please. It's pretty clear that I was the better Hasan. So
that's agreed. I agree with that one.
If you could just get out the call, maybe it would fix the stream.
I think so.
Would you guys?
Who is this fuck? Wait. I mean, oh my god, bro.
You guys would like me to leave the call, I can do that. I don't want to be rude.
I gotta get back to work.
I do not want to be rude, boys. You know, this is your stream. Andrew, I'd love to talk to you in more detail if you'd like to. I hope that one day you can educate me on your revenue strategies. I mean, it does look a little bad though if you feel as though I should leave the call because you feel like I'm overpowering you a little bit.
You should stay on the call, but I think you should be more socially aware.
I am. Was that a bad question?
More socially aware, bro. I mean, yeah.
Do you not educate thousands of young men about your business strategies? I want to know more.
Okay, I want you to be more socially aware and understand that since you've joined the stream, everyone's begging for you to leave. The vibe's down. It's boring. It's late at night for me.
It's not boring. You're getting fucking rolled. Okay, it's boring for your chat because you're getting shat on. Okay, like
came here to have fun. You're being boring. No one thinks you're cool. No one thinks you're intelligent. No one thinks you're funny.
I don't think I'm cool or intelligent. I just have questions and you're not answering them for some reason. Why are we derailing?
Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing nobody does think Hasan is cool or intelligent. Okay.
I don't have to answer your questions.
Maybe it's just like the one Hasan video you've seen. You would think he's cool and intelligent, but it's all downhill from here. Okay, trust me. Never again will he be this smart.
You're not the police. I don't have to
No,
answer.
not at all. No, I am not the UK police nor the Romanian one. I'm simply asking you questions about your business strategy, which you literally educate people on. I just want to know how you do growth and revenue. Why can't I be a hustler? I want to be a hustler like you. I want to be a top G, a top bloke, a proper bloke.
You can find out more on the website. I would like the stream to get fun again. If you want to discuss this,
you don't think your educational content is fun for people to consume?
I think everyone's saying kick in. Read the chat. You guys read the chat on your stream.
If you want me to leave that bad? If you want me to leave that bad, I'll leave.
You're just being. I mean, listen. I'm just a messenger, but you're just kind of like being sarcastic.
I'm not. I'm literally not.
Yeah, dick riding.
I promise. I swear to Allah that I want to know.
Was it sarcastic?
None of what I have mentioned is sarcastic.
Yeah, it's sarcastic, bro, but he's proving a point, right? He's proving a point that Andrew Tate is retarded.
We would like to know more.
85% kick. 85%. No one thinks you're funny or interesting or witty. Your little comebacks. No one's interested in them. You don't want anything.
It's okay, Andrew. If you want, we can have a conversation again. We can have a conversation again in the future if you'd like. If you're brave enough, I guess.
HU has an affiliate program. Some people want to affiliate like everything else in the world. We have over 100,000 students making more than they invest each month. If they didn't make more than they invest, they wouldn't sign up. One of the most successful online educational platforms in the
city. Are there multiple layers?
You want to make some money yourself if you want to join and have more information. It's all over TikTok. You can find out yourself. If you're too cheap to pay $50, then you're broke. Nobody gives a shit what you think anyway. You've ruined the stream. Everyone wants you out of it. So either change tune and give the program.
You've ruined the stream. Cope, dude.
Or keep saying talking sarcastic and really slowly and repeating yourself, talking about how you only believe what you see on the internet.
Copium.
And it's boring. So let's move on to some fun. Let's get the tempo up. I just told you about HU. We do an affiliate program. You can find out more on TikTok.
No, it is. So okay, so it is a multi-level marketing scheme, guys. I just wanted to figure out if it was truly a pyramid scheme. It would be inappropriate of me to assume that it's a pyramid scheme without having you explain it in such terms. But thank you. All right, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm game.
You're welcome to affiliate anytime you like, friend. There's no problem.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on because this dude is lame, my friends.
He's lame.
All right, peace, boys. Have fun. Andrew, I'm always open to talk to you, my friend, if you'd like to.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. That's it, bro. Hasan not Hasan. Andrew cries. Okay, dude. I don't understand, right? Because Andrew Tate is literally like I laugh so I don't understand how people take Andrew Tate seriously, right? Because I laugh so fucking hard every time I see an Andrew on Tate clip on TikTok where he's like genuinely he's funny, but like the worst part about him is that he literally believes what he's saying. That's the bad part, okay? Andrew Tate needs to be more ironic. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that was a good ass stream, guys. I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna stretch this baby out for another minute. Okay, I'm gonna just so we can get to the fucking Just so we can make it to the hour mark, okay? That's what we're doing. We're stretching this shit out, okay? If you enjoyed the stream, please consider leaving a like and subbing. I see we have one view on the stream. Oh my god. And the average duration is like 17 seconds. So if that's not successful to you, I don't know what the fuck is, okay? To the zero people, yeah. The zero people watching, I suggest you go check out Stardust. I love Stardust. With I don't know what she's doing right now, but I love her panels mostly. I love that shit. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day, man. I certainly had fun with this stream. Not gonna lie.